Today started like any other typical day. I woke up at 5 a.m. to go to Lowe's to see if they had any N95 respirators in stock because of the coronavirus, and they did not. So instead, I came back and decided to make some coffee with my 2-year-old Max. And while he was sitting up on the counter watching the coffee drip, I got to thinking and dozing off. Italy is closing its schools and daycares. Spain has had the coronavirus spreading for 3 weeks, and LA County just declared a state of emergency. And all the while, here I am making coffee, worried about the impact the coronavirus is going to have on real estate. And I finally figured it out. But first, I just want to be clear, I don't want to sound insensitive. The coronavirus is bad. I have a wife with severe asthma, and the last thing I want is coronavirus coming over here. But the odds are coronavirus is going to continue spreading like crazy because for some reason we're really bad at washing our hands and not touching our face. With that said though, real estate might be the best place to make money during the coronavirus outbreak for the following reasons. Number 1, competitive removal. Number 2, the numbers. And 3, the volatility of real estate. So let's explain all of these in detail on today's Meet Kevin Report, where I report news that makes you money. The coronavirus is a business of fear, and we don't have to go far to evidence that. Just take a look at the stock market and what has been going on. Last week, we had an entire red week on that Friday. I suggested you get out there and go buy some stocks. We had a green day Monday, followed by a red day Tuesday, and now we've got a mixed day Wednesday. It's a mess. There is no shortage of fear. But let's look at how fear affects real estate and how we're gonna be able to make money from knowing the right information about real estate. Now, the first thing we want to pay attention to is something known as housing inventory. This just basically means how many houses are on the market. This could apply to multifamily real estate just as well as single family real estate. And the easiest way to look at this is by pulling up something like the Redfin data center and use that to see what housing inventory was in December and January across the country and compare it to prior years. And if we do that, we'll see that housing inventory in December and January of 2019 to 2020 was lower than any point in the last 7 years, which that's not even considering the coronavirus yet, because the coronavirus has only started having its impact, presumably here in mid to late February. And that data isn't even showing yet on the Redfin data center. But let's start with the conclusion right here. What happened in the spring of 2013 when inventory was at its lowest level that it had ever been in since before the Great Recession? Well, prices jumped over 20% in April and May. In 2 months, prices went up 20% because inventory was at the lowest level it had been in 10 years. Now, inventory is at the lowest level it's been in 7 years. And the coronavirus is about to remove even more inventory from the marketplace. Now, the Redfin data center has not yet updated inventory figures for February, and it's quite possible that they haven't because the coronavirus is having an outbreak in Seattle and Redfin is based in Seattle. Okay, I hope that wasn't insensitive, but I'm serious. Things are going nuts in Seattle. Even firefighters are now being quarantined with flu-like symptoms because they serviced people in the elder care homes who are dying of the coronavirus. This is serious. And now let's look at the practical impact that this is having to real estate in addition to some already scary inventory numbers. Let's just think about something totally practical, something I think we can both relate to. If I was gonna sell the house that I'm in right now, do I want people walking through my door with masks on? Probably not. In fact, I think I would be very likely to say, you know what? Let's just wait for this whole coronavirus thing to blow over ASAP, please, because I don't want it, and then I'll sell my house. Which, guess what that practically means? Well, practically that means there are going to be even less people selling real estate. So inventory for sellers is going to go down. And sellers also usually go out and buy, because usually when they sell their home, they need another place to go to, and a lot of them go buy other homes, so they represent a lot of the buying pool. And see, that's where things get interesting. If now all of a sudden fear strikes real estate, less people are going to put real estate up for sale. Less multifamily will come up for sale, less single family real estate will come up for sale, just because people don't want to be around other people. After all, real estate is a people business. I know that because I've been a broker for 10 years, and it's all about shaking people's hands. Shake, shake, shake. Yeah, good idea. Shake, shake, shake. Ah, getting tired here. Yep, shake, shake, shake. Oh, my eyes are itchy. Now, initially you might be thinking to yourself, wait a minute, if inventory is low, and now less sellers are going to be selling real estate, isn't that gonna drive up prices? No. Here's why the coronavirus is gonna screw up the typical supply and demand. Sellers usually become buyers, because when they sell a place, they generally need another place to go to. And guess what we're also seeing dramatically less of right now? Buyers. Because how many buyers do you think want to walk through multifamily apartment buildings looking for something to house hack? Or how many buyers want to go to open houses and go meet the rest of the world right now? Less. Obviously, open houses are still happening. Obviously, there's still buyers in the marketplace. Obviously, there's still sellers in the marketplace. But you're going to see less sellers and less buyers. So I actually don't expect this lack of inventory to change pricing just yet. Follow this with me and you're gonna see exactly how you're gonna be able to make money, because this could be a really big opportunity to make some money. Quick money too. So if we're in a situation where there's low inventory and there are less sellers and less buyers, maybe we won't yet see price fluctuation just yet, we won't see those prices going up yet, we gotta ask ourselves, what kind of properties are going to sell coronavirus or not? Generally, the kinds of properties that are going to come up for sale are going to be distressed properties, foreclosures, trust sales, probate sales, distressed multifamily deals. All of these types of properties will continue to hit the market because they have to. People oftentimes don't have a choice. People can't afford to have vacant real estate sitting around or distressed real estate sitting around. They will sell it no matter what is going on, and it's gonna be up to people like you and me to put on a mask and go buy those things. And no, I'm not talking about a blue velvet mask either. Which on a practical level, this now means less sellers of move-in ready properties, the same amount of fixer-uppers, less buyers looking for move-in ready properties, and probably less investors willing to go hunt for multifamily or distressed single-family real estate because people are trying to stay away from the coronavirus. So all of a sudden, when you remove all of this, what are you left with? You're really left with distressed properties that are probably going to hit the market during the time of the coronavirus and less competition to buy those deals, which means right now could be an incredible opportunity to take advantage of what I always talk about on this channel and in my real estate programs linked below, and in my live streams 5 times per week where I answer all of your questions, links down below to join those. Wedge deals or buying below market value real estate during this outbreak might be a really profitable move. But housing inventory and a lack of competition isn't the only thing that is making wedge deals look really attractive right now. Which, in case you don't remember, a wedge deal is any kind of deal that you could buy below market value in real estate. There are 4 types of those, but the basic premise is if a neighborhood has houses or multifamily deals selling for 400 grand a unit, if you could go in and buy them for 300 grand a unit for whatever reason, coronavirus, it's a fixer, whatever, you're buying in the wedge. You're creating profit and insulation and safety. That's what you want. It reduces the odds of problems. Buying below market value real estate is the only way we should be buying real estate. But what else is happening? What is another thing that is changing the real estate landscape right now? The second crazy thing happening in real estate right now has to do with mortgage interest rates. You probably already heard that the Federal Reserve reduced the discount rate, but you might not know yet what's happening to real estate and mortgage rates. They plummeting, okay? Like real bad. Let me tell you how badly mortgage rates are plummeting right now. And when I say bad, I guess I should say good. How goodly mortgage rates are plummeting right now. A 30-year fixed rate mortgage right now is available for you right now at just 3%. which is absolutely insane. Which here's what's really crazy about 3% interest rates. If you pay 3% in interest, and let's say you already itemize your taxes and you're gonna take the tax write-offs that come with owning real estate and tax benefits and all that, 3% minus your tax benefits of, let's say, 40%, means you're probably only paying about 1.8% in interest to own real estate. 1.8%! Robinhood isn't even paying you that on your savings. And you could pay less than that to have a bank finance your real estate purchase, which y'all know you could get into real estate with like 3% down, 5% down, and make it as if you're putting 20% down, not have mortgage insurance because you're buying right, you're getting good deals, you're following the principles we talk about on this channel. It's like, folks, it's like free money. It's insane right now. So what do 8-year lows in mortgage rates mean for us? Well, it means that as long as we're willing to put on that mask and go shop for some coronavirus real estate, we can take advantage of those distressed properties now at even cheaper prices thanks to the discounts we're getting from epically low mortgages. Now, initially you might again be thinking, well, wait a minute, Kevin, isn't that just going to make prices go up? Well, that's where we get to part 3. Even though refinances have surged 25% in the last week alone because of these epically low mortgage rates, real estate volatility is so slow that it's gonna take a while for price increases to take effect. Sure, some people might be able to pay a little bit more money because their rates are lower, but it generally takes a little bit of time for real estate prices to actually adjust upwards and for appraisals to allow people to pay more and for people to feel comfortable paying more. Basically, it's probably going to take 3 to 6 months after the coronavirus blows over for us to see a substantial boost in real estate prices. And when I say a substantial boost, if mortgage rates stay this low and demand stays pent up because people aren't buying and selling now and they're delaying when they're buying and selling, there's a good chance that real estate prices could go up substantially 3 to 6 months after the coronavirus blows over. The first way to measure this is by the rule of 10x. The rule of 10x says if interest rates go down 0.5%, real estate prices will go up 10x or 5%. So just because of interest rate declines alone, we might see real estate prices go up 5%. But because of pent-up demand that the coronavirus, in my opinion, will be causing, and in addition to that, already very low inventory, I think this 5% could easily turn into 10 to 15% increases in prices thanks to the coronavirus, very low inventory, and ultra low rates. Now, I'm not here to prophesize over the sustainability of this. All I'm trying to say is if you want to get in, you want to get in before that bump. Just to make that abundantly clear, let's say this was 2019 real estate pricing here. Well, we might be 2020 right here, and we might be somewhat flat because of the coronavirus. That is, we're having this sort of downward pressure put on us, not only because of inventory, which usually pushes prices up, but because of the coronavirus, we see prices held down, dampened down, and we're delaying this up actually until later. And then what's going to happen is because of a combination effect of, oh my gosh, look how low rates are, oh my gosh, look how low inventory is, which is this arrow right here, how low rates are, which is this arrow right here, and hey, honey, we kind of delayed all of our actions by 6 months because of the coronavirus. Let's now sell and buy. We're gonna see another push upwards. This is exactly what we might see the 3 to 6 months after the coronavirus takes effect. And so the natural conclusion here is if you want to buy real estate and you want to buy real estate below market value, imagine if you can now buy that real estate at, marker has coronavirus, prices below these prices. Extrapolate what that looks like over here, all of a sudden you're buying real estate for a substantial wedge below market value. Folks, this is why If you have not yet, you need to join me in the program's link below. Like, I'm done with the little soft pitch. You gotta join me in the live streams because you gotta go get out there and get some of this money because this is ridiculous. And look, even if you don't wanna join me in the programs down below, do what you can to make sure you're pre-approved, you've got your credit in at least a decent position so that you can replace your landlord. You could buy a place with like a 600 credit score. Not saying you should, but you could. Instead, hit those links down below. Get your 2 free stocks with Webull as long as you deposit just $100. 2 free stocks, gotta take advantage of that. Look for down payment assistance opportunities, look for fixer-uppers, and folks, get yourself a mask and go shopping for some real estate because this could be an opportunity of a lifetime. Thanks so much for watching, stay safe, and until next time.